Okay. Waiting. I've been waiting for this all day. You don't understand. Come on, edit the scene. It's time for the Ultimate Access Football League preseason to continue. Today is the third day of that. There we go. I think we're ready. Welcome to the Ultimate Access Football League, guys, for the third official day of the it's the third official day of the season. Ignore the background. The people are talking about 6-7. I'm guessing if we're allowed to be that loud, that's good. But because I was concerned I was too loud all last night. Let me restart. All right. I hope we're back. So, welcome back to week 1. I'm sorry I had to disconnect there. There was an error. I only want it low. There's a delay right now. I don't like that, so I'm just going to turn the sound off. So today is going to be the third day of the preseason. Today we're going to get right into our first game, which is going to be a game I'm going to be watching more than I've watched any other game because this involves the Baltimore Paladins. That is my team. I don't know if we're going to win today because I know we're rubbish. I don't know. We were bad last season, but we are playing against the Louisiana Gators. I honestly don't have much hopes for this. Let me go check the weather in New Orleans because that's where Louisiana is located. It's 74 degrees there still. It's cold up here. It's in the 50s right now where I live. It's clear weather. Obviously nighttime. Wind speed's 5 miles an hour. Perfect day to have a football game. Now let's get started then. All right. Welcome to Gator Field in New Orleans, Louisiana. I think this franchise is basically like All right, so we got Wanger as our kicker again. We've had him for years, by the way. All right, so Ward's our quarterback, Ward's their quarterback is going to be the Louisiana quarterback this year. All right, here comes the Louisiana offense. Here's a deep pass, and it is incomplete for a first down, defended by Dunn from the Baltimore side. And here's second down. Quarterback Ward is going to screen it, and it is defended by Maldonado, and offensive linebacker Vung is out with a knee injury. I don't know how a member of our offense got injured because our defense is out right now. Well, it's a 3-and-out thanks to McDaniel, and Baltimore's going to get this ball. That's a good sign. That's a good sign for us. Bad sign for if you're a Louisiana fan, but again, I'm a Baltimore fan, so I'm rooting for the Paladins to win this game. So, but I'm still going to commentate this game. It's not... Alright, we're going to have the Baltimore offense appear for the first time. The Baltimore offense is on the bottom of the screen. Here's Matthews. He's going to be our quarterback this year. And he's going to throw it, and it's intercepted by Morales. What a stupid throw. Why would you make that throw? Really? On our first play, you're going to make a stupid throw. I'm not having this season. We're not having this season, guys. Why would you make that throw? You're an idiot. He wasn't even open, dude. The defender was right there. Why would you throw that? Great. Now the Gators have the football in a very good spot. Thanks to you, idiot. This is why we all liked Husson better when he was a quarterback. Good grief. Because John Lynn would do the same thing. Like, every single season, quarterback is the biggest problem on this team. And that's why. He threw a pick in the first play. We can't watch this, dude. Oh my goodness. If we lose to the Gators, I don't think we're going to make the playoffs, dude. Because it's just going to showcase what our season's going to be. Here's they got the pass off. It's incomplete. Second down. Colt Ward is 1 for 4 as a QB right now, though. So, Gators don't seem to be doing well on their quarterback either. So, what the... Technical issues, really? All right, let's relaunch. Oh, hold up. I know what happened, chat. I gotta reset this extender. The Wi-Fi crashed despite me not directly using it as my... That's unfortunate. Alright, so what I have to do is quit. The game automatically saves, which is why I'm quitting. And I will return to it after I reset this console, because I know the game is going to force me to reset this console as there is a technical issue. So yeah, of course it's going to be my game that gets a delay. Why? Well, I guess that really affects every game, actually, because there's still 3 other games after this that are all going to have to wait a few extra minutes now, thanks to this game getting stopped mid game, just so that I could fix the Xbox remote play issue. It's because our life network extender has crashed. Sometimes it crashes, but it doesn't normally crash. It's only crashed once. If we have to, though, we will go wireless, because we're currently wired. And wireless seems to be more stable, but not as good. Technically, Access Football hasn't been closed in over 2 days. Alright, I'm going to turn on silent mode because that bug is back, and instead just turn the television volume up. Where's my TV remote? There it is. I'm just going to turn this up so that you guys can hear the sound effects. And see, what we're going to do is use the resume exhibition match, as it's going to load the team data and bring us right back where we left off. And there we are. That both teams are back on the field after that short delay. The Gators get the ball. It's 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 1 yard on this play. Seems to be a bitrate issue as well. Here is Hunt. He's going to get 6 yards on this play. It is 3rd and 5. Can the Baltimore defense get the stop is the question. It's 4th down as Baltimore did get the stop. Angelo Thompson is the one who's made the tackle there. And here's the kick. And the 29-yard field goal attempt's good. And the Gators now take a 3-0 lead here in the first quarter, which is now expected to... It's now expected to end later. And Daniels is going to return it for Baltimore, and hopefully in this drive we will do a lot better than we did in the first drive. The first drive we did was freaking terrible. The Louisiana defense has now been shown on the bottom of the screen. They didn't even get to do that earlier because we freaking threw a pick on the first play. Here's Newman. It's a gain for only 2 yards. He's one of our new running backs as well. It's like we get a completely different roster every year. His name is Danny Newman. Here's Matthews with the smiles, and just like that, we're in trouble again. Here's Newman. Louisiana Gator, the Baltimore Paladins will punt after a 3-and-out. Weisenhunt is now back on the field, and it is 1st and 10. Here's Ward. He's going to throw it. It's going to be a 1-yard gain. Here's again, we're offsides. Okay. That's going to be a loss of. It's going to be a gain of 5 yards for the Gators. Go. Here's Ward. He's going to pass the ball. It's going to be defended by Thompson. Thompson's been doing good on defense today, as he got the 3-and-out in the first drive. And here's Colt Ward. He is 3-7 today, so he's not having a great day today. Pass is incomplete. He's now 3 for 8. And it's 4th down. Cook is going to punt the ball away. Sounds like Sam Cook. Sam Cook was our old punter for the Baltimore Ravens, but here's Newman. That's a loss of 1 yard, tackled by Fox, as the Baltimore offense continues to struggle. Here's Matthews. He's going to throw it deep, and it's caught by Holland for 34 yards. Darryl Holland has made 1 reception for 34 yards now. Here's Newman for 5 yards. Here's Matthews. He's going to throw it, and it's incomplete. Defended by Roberts. Here's Matthews, throws up the middle, incomplete. It's 4th down, and it's another failure by the Baltimore offense. Defended by Washington, and Baltimore will be punting the ball away again. And Wanger's going to be back on the field to kick it away. Oh no, they're going to make a field goal attempt here. This is a really long field goal. I'd be surprised if it goes through, and it does. The 59-yarder is good. I'm guessing Baltimore's kicker is going to be the 3rd kicker, just like Carolina. Wanger has improved from what he used to be, if that's the case. That's a 59-yarder, dude. That's almost 60 yards. My goodness, we got the Justin Tucker on this Baltimore team. And this game is tied. Now call me impressed after that. I think that's a record. I don't think I've seen a team in this game, in at least the 2026 Access game, make a field goal that long. 59 yards. I think, so that's going to put our team at some point of advantage, though, is that Baltimore has a kicker that can kick it for 60 yards. I'm impressed about that. And here's a pass. It's incomplete. Third down. Wenger is one of our favorite players for Baltimore. He's the most improved player. He used to not be able to kick field goals that far. Here's Ward. And it's fourth down. And it looks like Roberts dropped the pass. It was in his hands and he dropped it. And they're going to put out the punt team, and Cook is going to punt it away. And Daniels is going to take it to the 40. If we can kick it for 60 yards, all we need to do is pass the around close to the 50-yard line to be in field goal range. So that's a good sign if you're a Baltimore fan. But we can't just rely on our defense to Pittsburgh this season. We will be playing Pittsburgh this season. We're going to be playing Green Bay this season. We're going to be playing Cleveland this season. We got some pretty tough opponents this season. Not to mention, we also play Minnesota, Detroit, Chicago. I don't know if all those teams are good, but here's Matthews on first down. It's the second quarter now. Here's Matthews. He's going to lob it, and it's caught by Bridges for a first down. We're definitely in field goal range now, and we will be taking the lead here as long as we don't throw an interception or fumble the ball. Now, fumbles are rare in this league, unlike the NFL, which last week we fumbled the ball so much I couldn't even believe my eyes. I mean, next week in the NFL, here's Matthews to Newman, and it's 3rd and 5. I think we just need to pass the ball. It's a short pass is what we need. Louisiana's getting ready for this. Here's Newman, and it's 4th down, and we failed to convert first down, and we will probably send out Wenger. And here we are. Kick is away. It's no good. I cannot believe it. Jason Wenger missed the 19-yard field goal. How do you miss a 19-yard field goal? Are you stupid? And why was our defender spinning in circles? You could have picked that off. Sometimes I don't get this team. What are they doing? You can make a 59-yard field goal, but you can't make a 19-yard field goal. Why? Here's a deep pass, incomplete.
You know, I said we were going to be scoring on that last drive, but I forgot to mention that our kicker is going to miss the field goal, because that's just something that should never happen. We should have never missed that field goal. I don't understand what happened there. We can hit a 59-yard field goal, but we can't get a 19-yard field goal. Like, that doesn't make sense.
We're currently on code yellow in this live stream as there's a poor connection. We got poor connection right now. I think it's because the Nintendo Switch is on. Here's Newman. That's 9 yards. Here's a pass wide open to Daniels. He gets the first down for 17 yards. Great catch by Matthew. Great throw by Matthews. It's first down, and the Paladins are pushing their way down the field. They're in field goal range. I think they do better longer the range than they do. They probably should have went for it, really. On that 4th and 1, we should have just ran the ball, got the first down, or maybe even the touchdown. It was like 2 yards away. But the fact that our kicker missed that kick was a little questionable. 2nd and 12 from the 48-yard line. I don't know what Baltimore's limit is when it comes to how far they make field goals. There's a flag on the field. Daniels makes the catch. And it's offensive pass interference against Jake Daniels. And it is 2nd down. Second and 22. Here's Matthews. Sacked. And it's 3rd and 25. What in the world is happening? Good. It's like the Baltimore Ravens copy and paste. And it's 4th down. Paladins are... I'm really concerned about this Paladins offense. And Louisiana's going to be back on the field again. Here's Ward. He's going to throw it to Louisiana. I'm really disappointed in this team so far. It's a 1-yard gain, 3rd and 1. Baltimore calls timeout. This Louisiana team is holding off the Baltimore Paladins very well, and Louisiana is known to be, in their history, they were one of the worst teams in the league. Here's the pass. It's incomplete. Defended by George.
Colt Ward is 7 for 18, and this is a team. How are we losing to this? It doesn't make sense anymore. First down, Louisiana. Oh my. This season's going to be a long season, guys. And this is just the preseason, where I don't even know how the regular season's going to go when we play anyone, actually. If we can't win this game, then every game's a difficult game to play. Maybe except Tennessee. Pass caught by Schwartz. First and goal for the Gators. And here's a pass caught. Touchdown, Gators. Roberts scored, and the Gators now lead. PAT is good. And it's now 10-3 as we just continue to struggle as a franchise. What happened to the Baltimore Paladins? They were much better in 2017, in the 2017 version of the game. But ever since then, they've just fallen apart. Now they're just terrible. Pittsburgh is a lot better than we are. And before I do anything, I am going to put this game on hold again because the internet issues is too much. I don't think you guys deserve this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to disconnect the R Life. The R Life. I'm gonna disconnect the R Life internet router thing. Why is it so difficult to disconnect an Ethernet cable? Why is it so difficult to disconnect? Because I gotta push the button, that's why. There we go. I've disconnected the Ethernet cable. We're switching over to the main Wi-Fi. Let me see if it's connected to the main Wi-Fi. Okay. The console's now disconnected from... No way, it's gotten sound. How has it got sound? I turned that off on purpose. Okay, we should be back now. The audio should be back to normal as well. Here's Matthews. He's on QB again.
caught by Dean. Lucky he wasn't intercepted there because there was a defender there, but he decided to spin in circles, so... Here's a pass to Gene Wood, and it's gained of 4 yards. Timeout, Baltimore. Oh my days, we're making a kick? Where is this kick coming from? That's a 63-yard field goal. Holy frick. The sky's the limit. He misses a 19-yarder, but he can make a 63-yard field goal? Are you kidding me? He might be the best in the league. He's better than Carolina. We just need to get past the logo to attempt a field goal. 63 yards. That is a record in this league. Jason Wenger is a legend. And we get the ball back because it's the second half now. That is incredible. I would have never predicted that at all. Thursday night football, we make a 63-yard field goal. Wenger is a legend. Here's Bridges. He gets the first down. How did Wenger get so good? He used to be a normal kicker. Now he's a superstar kicker. Oh, Matthews is going to run it himself for 9 yards. We're going to use this kicker as a deadly weapon against teams. You do not want to you do not want to play the Paladins in overtime. It's because of our kicker. Here's Newman, first down. Here's Russell. It's a gain of a couple yards. 2nd and 3. Here's Matthews. 2nd and 3. Deep pass is incomplete. John Matthews is 7 for 12, so he's doing okay. He's not the greatest, but he's doing good for a QB. As is caught by Bridges for 22 yards. It's a 1st and goal. Paladins have a chance to take the lead here, guys. Here's Matthews. He's going to run the ball, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. That's what I'm talking about.
John Matthews is going to score a touchdown for the Baltimore Paladins. And here's the field goal, and it's good. And it's now 13-10.
There's an injury. What's this? Oh, Gene Wood. He's expected to return, though. I went to stand up because I have a whole room to walk around in, and it turns out here's a pass. Incomplete. Second down. And we got a Twitch bot in the stream. Who is this? What is that? They're trying to. That's a Russian website. I can tell by .ru. What's up, Sleepy K's? Welcome to the Ultimate Access Football League. I don't know what FE and S and GIGO stands for, but pass is incomplete, and we're getting this ball back as our defense has stepped up to the plate in this quarter. Sleepy says we are gay men. What? And here's Daniels. He's gonna run it, and he's gonna run it to the 30. Sleepy Case says we're gay men. Or no, gay nen. Here's Newman. Bedtime reminders getting shut down. This game should technically be over, but it's not because of delays. Pass caught by Holland for a first down. First and 10. Here's Newman. He's going to get a good run here. First down, Baltimore. Here's Matthews with the screen to Daniels. He's going to step out, though, on accident. It's 2nd and 7. Okay, the focus did turn off. Here's Matthews. Deep pass is caught by Bridges for a 33-yard gain, and it's 1st and goal. Here's Matthews. Wide open on the right. And why didn't you throw to number 80-something? You absolute buffoon. And now our tight end Greenwood's coming back, so that's just going to be a good sign, though. All right, here we go. 2nd and goal. Receivers in motion, number 12. He's going to run himself. Newman is going to score a touchdown for the Baltimore Paladins to extend their lead as Baltimore has come alive. And here comes a routine PAT that should be easy to make.
And it is good. It is 10-20. Paladins lead. Maybe Baltimore's season is still alive. Because we're starting to come alive here in this quarter. And that looked like a field goal. Here's Wayne's Heart. And Jesse Weisenhunt has been good for this game today so far. Here's a pass to the Schwartz. May the Schwartz be with you. I'm kidding. I'm not going to make that joke. It's a gain of 6 yards. Here's a run with Weisenhart. He's going to get the first down. Oh, yeah, I think there's Thursday. Is Thursday Night Football still on? It is. And the Bengals are winning right now. It's an incomplete pass. I think the AFC North in the NFL is probably going to be the worst division this year if Pittsburgh loses this. Now, I'm a Ravens fan, so it'd be funny for me to see the Steelers lose, but I can't really joke about it losing if we're the ones being even more rubbish. Here's Ward, caught by Roberts for a first down. Someone just rang the doorbell. Second and 4. This might be the last play of the third quarter, and it will. It's a screen, and it's going to be a loss of a yard. It's third down. End of the third. Scores 20-10. Baltimore's in favor of winning this right now. It looked a little bit concerning at the start of the game where the offense wasn't awake, but we came alive here in the fourth or in the third. But now here's the next problem. Our defense is shutting down. As it's 1st and 10 in the red zone. Here's Ward to Weisenhunt. 16 yards, first down again. Now there's only 2 yards to work with. He's going to run it, and the Gators are going to score a touchdown. Weisenhunt has scored a TD. And they're going to probably make it 17-20.
be honest with you, I've never really seen a kicker make a 63-yard field goal until today. I think that is the official Access Football record out of both the XAFL and the UAFL. So, out of all my years, I'm glad that was dropped. It was a holding call anyways. But, I've never seen a 63-yard field goal get made until today. Here's Newman. He gets a first down. And believe it or not, the Paladins are already almost in field goal range. If they are in field goal range, that's crazy, but and now they're definitely in field goal range. Because Jason Wenger is a deadly weapon that the Paladins have. If they can't get to the end zone, you have him. If you get about halfway, you can get 3 points just by using Wenger, especially considering he has made a record 63-yard field goal tonight. There's a penalty against the defense, 15 yards. That's going to help Paladins a lot. Now they're on the 24-yard line, so now we're going to start talking touchdown if we can get down there. Here's a screen that's out of bounds. Here's Newman. For 3rd and 7, it's going to be a loss of 1 yard. It's going to be 4th down, and they're going to have to bring out Jason Wenger once again. This should be a routine, easy kick. If it's a miss, I'm going to lose it. And it's good. 38-yard field goal is good. It's going to be 23-17 now. It is now a 6-point game. However, the Gators still can take the lead if they score a touchdown. So it's going to be a touchback here. All right, players in motion. Here's Ward. Passes it to Weisenhunt, and it's a first down for the Gators. Pittsburgh Steelers are trailing right now. That's kind of funny, but at the same time, I can't make fun of them because my Baltimore Ravens are way worse than them. And Hernandez is out with a knee injury. The defensive tackle is gone. Here's Weisenhunt. Here's Ward. It's going to be a 3-yard gain here. Third and 2.
First down for Louisiana. Louisiana seems to be better this season, if they are better this season. I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll see if when they play harder opponents, but here's Ward. Pass, and it's incomplete. It's a penalty against Dustin Dunn, and it is now 1st and 10 for the Gators again. Here's Ward. And it's going to be dropped. I was hoping it was going to be intercepted, but there is a error with our remote play systems right now. It's not you guys that's lagging. It's this dang remote play. Touchdown, and the Gators will take the lead. Oh, gosh. Our defense has fallen apart. What has happened to the D? PAT is good, and it's now 23-24. Daniels is going to make it pretty far beyond the 30-yard line. We only have to go about 15, 17 yards before we enter field goal range. Which our definition of a field goal range is anywhere beyond the 50. Screen to Newman. That's going to be a loss of 3. Can we make plays that are not screens? Why do we always screen? Stop screening the ball. It doesn't work. We lose 3 yards every time we try to screen. Stop screening the ball. Please. Here's Matthews. Oh, he's open. Why? He was overthrown. Come on, quarterback. You got to do better than that if you want to win this game. It's 3rd down already. And we're nowhere near the 50. He's going to lob it. And it's incomplete. 2-minute warning. Great. So what do we do here? They're going in for it. I think this is a little interesting. Please make this pass. There's a flag. It was a terrible throw. Penalties against Louisiana. Thank goodness. It's a 1st and 10 as a holding call has saved us from sudden death. We're on the 35-yard line now. Deep pass. Can he catch it this time? No. The Gators' defense is just impossible to get through. And when they do get through it, the guy doesn't catch the ball because it's either overthrown or he just drops the pass. Here's Matthews. He's going to screen it. This one's going to be caught by Chambers. He's been playing for this team forever. So he's a veteran for the Baltimore Paladins. Here's a pass, incomplete. Why? I would say run the ball, but our running back is horrible. It's intercepted. I can't believe it. Roberts is running down the field, and our defense is going to... Oh, my gosh. Dude, are you serious right now? Both for freaking running back and quarterback are both horrible. Can we please get a new set of players, dude? Baltimore calls timeout. This is a joke, right? This is a joke. There's no way this is real. Baltimore calls their second timeout. This game's over. Might as well let them score. Yeah, might as well let them score so we at least get a chance to get the ball back. But now the scenario is very complex. So the Paladins need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion just to tie it. You've got to be kidding me. And we have one timeout to work with. That's not a lot of time to work with. And we're going to start on the 20-yard line. That's not good either. Baltimore passes the ball, incomplete. Second down. Louisiana's defense is just, for some reason, solid and hard. Pass is caught by Daniels. Timeout, Baltimore. Baltimore will use their final timeout here. Here's Matthews, and it's caught by Bridges. It's a 15-yard gain. This defense is all on our players every time. This makes it really difficult to catch the ball. I didn't know Louisiana's defense. Oh, it's game over. Game over, picked off by Cohen. I've had enough. I've had enough. This is exactly what I'm talking about. They're all over us. How is Louisiana's defense so good? I don't believe it. We're going to lose to the Louisiana Gators tonight. Dude, this quarterback's got to go. Get him gone. Get him gone. What's his name? What's this guy's name? What is this guy's name? He has to go. His name, what is his name? John Matthews. Get the frick out. You are horrible as a quarterback. Why? How are we going to lose that? Dude, you're freaking horrible. He's freaking horrible. He's had 3 interceptions today. That is the most in the entire league. Good gosh, man. You are freaking awful. You're probably the worst QB in this dang league, dude. Oh, gosh. This is going to be a long season if this is what we got to deal with. All right, so Baltimore just lost. Amazing. We're freaking horrible. Well, it's not that we are horrible. It's just the freaking running back and QB are terrible. Both of them are terrible. All right, so our next game is Oklahoma City versus Toronto.
I don't believe what I was just saw. How do you mess that up, man? A freaking idiot. He threw up 2 interceptions in 5 minutes. It's stupid. Alright, so this next game is in Ottawa, right? No, it's in Toronto. I'm going to say it's clear, because it's technically mostly clear, but... What's the wind speed there? 6. That's going to be no wind. Oklahoma City Cyclones versus the Toronto Wizards, which is one of the new teams. They're going to say Toronto's going to win this. I think after this, if this is true... Oh, yeah, I forgot. Toronto's field is blue, by the way. Because I wanted it to be different than the rest of the league. Toronto's got a very unique shade of blue as their primary colors as well. They got like a Manchester-like blue. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's not why I made it that color, though. Toronto's one of our expansion teams as well, so let's see how they do against the Cyclones, who are supposedly one of the worst teams in this league. I don't know. It's debatable considering the Baltimore quarterback can't freaking do anything to save his life. Ball's caught by Austin. He's going to make it down the... Oh, he's still going. He dodged a tackle. That's a 45-yard gain here. Although we have the best kicker, or Baltimore has the best kicker, we still have a terrible team. The rest of the team can't do anything. Here's Hansen, throws it deep. Caught by Austin, and it's a first down for the Cyclones. Now, if you're trying to know where both of these teams are, Toronto doesn't have an NFL team, so we're going off of their CFL team, which I think is the Toronto Argonauts. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Touchdown Cyclones, by the way. It is now going to be 7-0 for Oklahoma City. Now, as for the NFL team, the Cyclones is supposed to be, because I know some of you guys are going to be confused on where this team is. This is actually supposed to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So if you are a fan of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, then Oklahoma City is your team. I don't know why they moved it out of Tampa, but I'm guessing the Axis devs didn't want to have 3 teams in Florida, just like they didn't want to have 3 teams in California, and just like they didn't want to have 2 teams in the same city of New York as well, because for those who don't know, the New York Jets is actually the St. Louis Racers in this league. Here's Mayer. This is their first offensive drive, by the way. It's a gain of 2. Here's Mayer again. He's going to get it on another 2 yards.
Here's a catch for 15 yards by Toronto. Here's Mayer again. He's not going to get very far. I think their running back is not good, but their quarterback is pretty good. They can get a few yards. It looks like YouTube had an update on how they do post scheduling. As I'm now scheduling the results of the GA Cup. I think the results are almost final now. So coming up tonight in about a few minutes, we're going to be starting the third place match in what is technically known as the 9th stage of the GA Cup and the 6th round of the major tournament, known as the third place match and the finals. Alright, so Hall's going to punt it away after a 4th down. Don't think any UAFL team is here's a pass caught by Austin. Austin's going to go all the way and score another touchdown for the Cyclones, and I think Toronto might not be ready for this league. Not sure why you didn't want to be on the Toronto 0-yard line instead of the 1, but don't make a difference. It's not much of a difference. So it looks like the Steelers did manage to lose to the Bengals. (31-33). And here's a touchdown by the Cyclones. It is 14-0 now. I think Toronto's just not, I don't know if Toronto is ready, because again, the history of expansion teams is that none of them are ready for the UAFL. And that continues the show today. And BBWW has left the stream. I don't know how he did, because I've never seen a notification of him joining. Here's Mayer. He's going to run it 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Kind of disappointed in the fact that we lost that football game. But now we're watching Toronto, which is technically our... They're actually one of our division rivals. Is that a first down? Yes, it is. First down, Toronto Wizards. Here's Meyer. Is it Meyer or Mayer? There's a face mask call against the Wizards. Actually, wait, no. That was a face mask call against the Cyclones. I'm sorry. 5-yard gain for Toronto. Here's Singleton. He's going to throw it really deep, and it's caught for a touchdown by Cameron. Incredible catch, and the Wizards are on the board. And there's your kick. Kick is good. All right, here's the kickoff. It's going to be in the end zone. So Toronto does have the offense to score against the Cyclones. Now, the reason why you don't want to say that expansion teams are hopeless because we saw what Ottawa did yesterday. Ottawa managed to win against I think Los Angeles in a very, very close game. And that was a 5th-tier game. There's 5 different tiers of preseason games, and this one's technically a 5th-tier game because the Cyclones are not expected to be that good either. It's 3rd down. Toronto's defense can make a big stop here. They're going to run it, and it's 4th down, and the Wizards will be getting the ball right back. And Cameron, who's made the catch for the touchdown, is going to be the one to run it. He's going to bring it to the 32. And Singleton's the quarterback for this team. And it's going to be ran by Meyer for a loss of 3. Their running back has not had much success today. Here's Singleton. All right, and Toronto's going to get stopped, and it's going to be a 4th down, and here's the punt to Austin, and it's now going to be 1st and 10. Here's Hansen. He's going to throw deep. Swatted away by the Toronto defense by Christensen. Here's a pass. Caught by Austin. Is that an interception by Haynes? I think it is, guys. Toronto made an interception. I want to say this Toronto's team. Oh, how did he make that catch? This team is playing just like Ottawa did. My gosh. Why is this team? I think we're going to be I think Baltimore's going to be the worst team in this division because Toronto's in our division. And Toronto's playing better than we did all game. Yeah, it's safe to say we are not making the playoffs. I think we are the worst team in our division. Because if Toronto is playing well, I don't know what else will happen. What the heck? Oh, Menifel got timed out for some reason. I don't know what he did. Here's a field goal. This is... Oh. How long is that? That's a 53-yard field goal. That's pretty good. Toronto has a good field goal unit. Never thought an expansion team would have one that good. Now, I don't know what's going to happen when all... Here's Hansen, sacked by Toronto. Wizards are on fire right now. They may have conceded twice in a row, but they're now fighting back. Here's Hansen. Here's a pass chance for a pick, but it's incomplete. That could have been intercepted by Haynes. Hansen, incomplete. And now Oklahoma City's going to punt it back to Toronto. Technically, this stadium used to belong to Philadelphia, actually. But it doesn't anymore because the Access developers decided that I'm guessing they're going to make Philadelphia a new stadium at some point. Because this stadium is old. This stadium is really old.
Here's Singleton. I think this stadium has been around since 2015, so maybe even before that if they technically used this stadium in 2010 during the Flash player days. Here's Mayer for a first down. Here's a screen to Singleton to Hale. He's going to step out of bounds. Singleton to Mayer. He's going to get no yards at all. Here's Mayer to get a first down. Here's a pass to Parsons. It's first and goal for Toronto for a chance to take the lead here. 2-minute warning here in Toronto, Ontario. All right, here's Singleton up the middle, dropped for second down. Defended by Davidson. Here's Singleton, incomplete. And is defended by Pearson. It's third down. Toronto has a chance to score a touchdown, but if they mess it up here, it will be a field goal instead. Pass is incomplete. It will be a field goal. Defended by Pearson again. And the Cyclones get the stop. Here's the field goal. It is good by an inch. And the Toronto Wizards are now set to kick it away. It is now 14-13, 1-point game. Here's Hansen, incomplete. Toronto with the interception by Cohen. What a game-changing interception by Cohen. What a play. And Toronto's back on the field again. Now they have a chance to score a touchdown. Will they do it? Here's Cameron for 18 yards.
First and goal for Toronto. Here's Singleton up the middle, incomplete. His X Factor player was the target. It looks like they made the quarterback an X Factor as well. Up the middle, caught by Parsons. Touchdown, Wizards. And the Toronto Wizards regain the lead. And it will be a 6-point lead for the Wizards. All because of that interception that really changed the momentum of this game. Here's Austin. He's going to dodge one, but get tackled by the second. Here's Hansen. Incomplete. There's Hansen. Incomplete. That could have been picked off right there. Toronto's already had 2 interceptions in this game in their favor. Oklahoma City's already thrown 2 interceptions today. And it is going to be another punt coming away from Toronto. This is Toronto's 3rd time in the 2-minute warning period that they're going to get possession of the football already, which is crazy. All right, here comes the punt. It's going to land around the 17-yard line. He's going to make it to the 30. Here's Singleton, throws it, caught by Parsons, first down. I think some of these expansion teams might make the playoffs if this is how they all perform. Now, I haven't seen Calgary or Edmonton. Here's a pass to Ware. That's a first down. This team is not just winning, they're dominating right now in terms of offense. And at first I had my doubts on Toronto at the start of the game after it was 14-0. Bullet pass to Hess. However, he freezes in place using the freeze glitch. They gotta fix that as well. Here's Singleton. Pass to Parsons is caught for 21 yards. That's an incredible catch by Parsons. Parsons might be one of the best receivers in this league. Lionel Singleton. Here's a pass. Caught. Parsons catches another one. Touchdown, Toronto. And the Wizards takes a 12-point lead and are set to make it 13. It is now 27-14. It was once 14-0 as Toronto has scored 27 unanswered points. Incredible.
Here's Oklahoma City. It is, the pass is caught by Austin. Timeout call? Yes. Cyclones are really struggling on defense right now. I think they're already fatigued. Took them 1 quarter to get fatigued. That is caught for a 5-yard gain. They might as well just kneel it out and call the half over. Junior Austin is the running back. And caught by Daniels for a 15-yard gain. And that is the end of the half. Incredible job by Toronto so far. My question to you is, are the Wizards going to win this game? Well, there's a high chance for that now. This is just a preseason game, though. Here's Meyer. He gets 9 yards on this play. Here's Singleton on 1st or 2nd and 1. And Meyer's going to get the first down. Here is Singleton. Throws up the middle. Caught by Parsons. It looked like it was about to be intercepted, but no, Parsons, the hero, Parsons, the Flash, is here to catch the ball. Here's Singleton. He's going to throw it to his man. Caught. Cameroon. Touchdown. Wizards. And now this game is a 20-point game if the PAT is good. Oklahoma City is 34 unanswered points. What a debut of the Toronto Wizards. Here comes the Cyclones. They really are questioning their existence right now. Here's Hansen. It is 2nd and 7 now, as the Cyclones continue to struggle on offense. The run game is the only way they're getting yards. It's 3rd down, though. They just need 1 yard. They're going to run the ball, and they got it. 1st down, Cyclones. Here's Hansen.
Throws up the middle, incomplete. Defense was all over that one. Parsons has done it. It looks like there's more than one Parsons on this team. We got two brothers who plays for Toronto. Both of them are excellent players. Here's Hansen. It is 4th down, and the Toronto Wizards will get the ball back again. If this game goes in, if Toronto's scoreline gets in the 40s, all the bigger teams might need to watch out for this team. Because Toronto is just straight up dominating. They're leading by 20 now. They score again. It's like, it's a 5 possession lead, right? Or 4? No. Here's a pass. Can be picked off, but Hale makes a good catch and hauls it in 2nd and inches. A lot of the passes he throws may look like interceptions, but they're all just caught by the offense. And it's like, how are they doing that? The Wizards really do got some magic in them. Toronto to the running back. He's going to get a bunch of yards, or really just 3, but there's a flag against Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, for face mask, and it is going to be 1st down for Toronto. Here's Singleton, the QB, throws it to Parsons, his guy. Gets the 1st down. Toronto's in the... And Wade, the guard, is returning from his injury. I didn't even know they had a player out. I didn't even pay attention. Here's Singleton. Deep pass, incomplete. Here's Singleton on 2nd and 10. Let's see what he does here. He's going to run it, but he's going to get sacked for 7 yards in the process by Rodgers. It's 3rd and 17. Let's see if the Wizards can find a way to convert a 3rd and 17. Well, it's definitely not the run game. He's going to pass it up the middle. Caught by Cameroon for a 1st down, and they do get the 1st down. Incredible stuff. Incredible job by this Toronto team. This is their debut to this league, and Lionel Singleton is probably the best QB in this league. Or at least one of the best. We haven't even seen all the teams play yet, so we can't say too much. Here's Meyer with the run. He's going to get 2 yards. It's 3rd down. And once again, Toronto's in a third down scenario. They got Wade, they got Parsons, they got a bunch of players. They get the block. It's going to be 4th down, though. I say if with an offense this good, I say go for it. Toronto can actually do some damage with this offense. They're going to take a field goal here. And that's going to get Toronto's scoreline to 37 points. What a blowout. 37 unanswered points. It was once 14-0. Let that sink in if you're the Cyclones. There's some serious business they need to work on if they're getting absolutely demolished by a new expansion team. Here's Hansen down of the right side. It is 2nd and 10. Hansen, screen, tackled very quickly. Steele's the one who made the catch. Now, Steele was on the Wizards. The Wizards would have already scored 45 points easily. And that's the end of the third quarter. 14-37 is the score line. Here's Hansen. The Cyclones need to find a way. It seems like their run game is good. The Cyclones can do the run game very well. But their passing game, they've already had 2 interceptions in this game. One of them was eventually returned for a touchdown. Well, not a touchdown return, but one of them was given for a touchdown. It is 3rd and 2. Here's a screen. It's 4th down. They went nowhere with that pass. And the Cyclones, they're on the 49-yard line. They're going to take a punt here. If this was the Paladins, they would have gone for a field goal easily, but obviously it's not Baltimore. This is Oklahoma City that we're talking about. And it is now, it's the 4th quarter. Toronto's back on the field. They've scored the last several drives. And here's Meyer. He's going to get 5 yards on this play. Here's Singleton. Oh, there's a fumble! Oklahoma City has gotten the ball back off of a fumble. That is the first fumble turnover in UAFL history in the 2026 edition of this game. The fumble was recovered by Barber, and now the Cyclones are on verge of scoring a TD. Wow. That's insane. Here's a pass, and incomplete. Defended by Johnson, 2nd down. Here's Hansen, the steal, loss of 1 yard. Here's Hansen on 3rd down. Pass is incomplete. Could have been intercepted right there. This Toronto defense continues to surprise everyone. And their offense, too. Oklahoma City attempts the field goal, and it's good. And the Cyclones finally get some points on the board after a tremendously bad second quarter and third quarter. And now they're only down by 20. All right, here's Singleton. To Meyer, it's going to be an 8-yard gain. Singleton's throwing it deep. Incomplete. That could have been caught for a huge touchdown. And defensive end Woods is out for the rest of the game for the Cyclones. That's going to be horrible for a defense that's already struggled all game. Here's a run by Meyer. It's going to be 4th down, and the Cyclones get the stop. Here's Hall. He's the punter for Toronto. He hasn't punted very much today. And the Cyclones are going to try to get back to where they want to be in this football game. Here's Hansen. He's going to run it. Slides wisely. It is now 2nd and 7. Here's Hansen. Passes up the middle. Incomplete. It is defended by the X-Factor defender, Haynes. Third down. And Steele's going to get a yard. It's 4th down, and the Cyclones are probably might go for it, actually. Let's see what they decide here. Yep, they will be going for it. Let's see what will happen here. Quick pass is incomplete. Where were they throwing? And it is now a turnover on downs, and the Wizards will get the ball back on the 32-yard line, and they have a huge chance to make this game a 40-point scoring game for the Wizards. Singleton's going to get sacked for 7 yards by Gardner. They're going to run the ball, and not the greatest call. The running game hasn't been that great. I have to give them that. Toronto's running game isn't good. They're better off as an air raid team when they throw the ball and get some deep yards. They got the receivers for it. And they're going to throw it now. Incomplete. 4th down. And now they're going to go for a field goal here. The chance to make it 40 is good. And now the Wizards lead with a scoreline of 40-17. I think, how many teams have scored 40 this week? No one. No one has scored more points than Toronto did this week so far. If that doesn't tell you how good this offense can be, then I don't know what to tell you, because if you're putting up 40, then there's definitely a very talentful team in Toronto, and that could have been intercepted, but it's caught by Warren for a first. It was a bad throw by Hansen, but it was still caught anyways. This one's incomplete. That could have been intercepted by whoever that was. This Oklahoma City offense has struggled all time today. Pass is caught by Chambers for a first. Cyclones will get a face mask call, but it's going to be declined because they got a first down here. I would have taken the 15 yards, though. Here's Hansen. Picked off by Johnson again. That is the Cyclones' third interception tonight. And they have tied with Baltimore in the number of interceptions thrown, as the Oklahoma City Cyclones offense continues to struggle. And Meyer's going to run the ball as they're going to try to get the clock to expire here. This game is donezo. 2-minute warning has passed. They're going to run this guy on the right. They're going to run it to Meyer. He's going to get 2 yards. 3rd and 8. Cyclones will call timeout. They've already used 2 of them. They're going to use Meyer. They're going to run the clock out more. Cyclones take their final timeout, and I think the Toronto Wizards will be punting this one away. So who lost with the least? Who's the least amount of points allowed so far? Vancouver's allowed the least amount of points in a game this week, with only 7 being scored by their opponent, which that was against the Boston Whalers. Incomplete. It is 2nd and 10. Hansen to Austin is good for a first down. Here's Hansen. Incomplete. That could have been picked off for interception number 4. And Hansen is just throwing wildfires everywhere. He's throwing wild balls everywhere. I don't know what this QB is doing. Here's another wild throw. Incomplete. Porter was on the defense there. 3rd and 10. Ball gets hiked, and it is incomplete. It is 4th down.
Here's Hansen, caught by Austin. The Cyclones will continue this drive, but the clock is their biggest enemy now as it's draining. Hansen, where are you throwing that? The Cyclones think that they're Toronto. You are not Toronto. As that's another bad throw by the QB. This quarterback is really horrible. You would think my quarterback is bad. Look at this one. Incomplete. Third down. Toronto's taken full advantage of Oklahoma's mistakes today. And incomplete. Fourth down. Johnson was on that one. And it's fourth down. Let's see what they do here. And they get the first down again. It is 1st and 10. That's 2 fourth down conversions in a row made. Toronto defense is trying their hardest not to concede here. And incomplete. Another bad throw by Hansen. I don't even know how they still have the ball. How does this team still have the ball? They've made several bad throws, and somehow they don't get punished for it. I'm waiting for an interception. Incomplete. That should have been picked, but it's incomplete instead. Defended by Johnson. Here's a pass and caught for a touchdown. The Cyclones will get some points back, but they're still not going to win this game. It's 23-40. Like, they're going to have to throw Hail Mary after Hail Mary if they want to win this game. Toronto scored more points than anyone has. They're going to go for the 4th and 12 scenario. Only the 3rd time we've seen it. And it's incomplete, and that's game over. The Toronto Wizards will win it 40-24. And that is a record amount of points today, 40. That's a big number. I don't believe it. I really do not believe it. All right, next we have our 3rd game of the day in Thursday Night Football. It is going to be, that's also going to wrap it up between the AFC North versus the NFC South series. We are now moving on to the AFC South versus the NFC North series. And we're going to start that with the Indianapolis Gladiators from the AFC South versus the Green Bay Axemen from the NFC South, or from the NFC North. This is Michael's team, by the way. All right, it looks like Green Bay does not have a stadium, so they're going to have to use the Classic Stadium. Let's see what the weather is in Green Bay, since that is the here is Green Bay, Wisconsin. Okay, so the weather, here's an interesting one. It is actually going to be a rain game. This is only the second game that's going to be rainy this week. Wind speed is 7, just barely above the limit, or just barely below the limit of just 1 mile per hour below the limit. But let's see what the rest of the game looks like. The game's going to last an hour. Majority of the game is going to be under the wind level, so we're going to put it on light wind. And there is going to be rainfall, so it's only gonna rain for like maybe a couple hours in Green Bay, but it's enough to make it a rainy game. And there it is, the second rain game of the week. We've only seen, last time we've seen one was in was on the first day of the preseason. So that means this game is going to be a lot harder to catch the ball than it would be normally. But at least it's not a snow game. I don't think we're going to have very many snow games this season until at least maybe January. We might see some snow games in January. Maybe December as well. I mean, the regular season starts in November and goes all the way till late January, as the playoffs will be the final week of January. As it will be a 13-week season, 12 for the regular season, and one entire action-packed week for the playoffs. Okay, so the Axemen are going to get 10 yards here. I really can't believe Toronto absolutely trashed that team as a expansion team. Here's Hoffman. Ooh, look at that juke. Oh, and something I have to what you got to realize about both of these two teams is that both of these teams are both the same level of play. They're both superstar teams. For those who don't know, there are 6 superstar teams in this league, and both of these are 2 of them. That's going to be a first down for Green Bay. For those of you who don't know, our superstar teams are the Cleveland Coyotes, who have already played. They've already played their game this week. They got the Miami Warriors. They've already played as well. They lost, though. You got the San Francisco Sharks. They won. You got the Gladiators and Axemen right here. By the way, both Miami and San Francisco played each other as well. The only superstar team that hasn't played yet is Kansas City. That's going to be a first down for Green Bay. All right, so since this is the third game, since we're halfway through today's UAFL matches, I want to go over the remaining matches for week 1 of this preseason. Tomorrow on Friday Night Football, this one should be more popular than today because it's going to be a day where people are off from school and work. We got the Houston Bombers versus the Detroit Firebirds. We got the Minnesota Pride versus the Tennessee Bloodhounds. Got the Calgary Orioles, who is an expansion team, taking on the Winnipeg Devil Cats. So that's going to be a fun match. It's a all Canadian match. And the Dallas Stampede versus the Kansas City Wranglers. So Kansas City will be playing tomorrow. It'll be there, and that will be the final superstar team to play. As on the final day of this preseason week, we won't have any superstar teams playing, but we do got some interesting matches. Got the Denver Mountaineer on Saturday Night Football, which is technically prime time because that's the best day of the week to be having football. There's a pass caught for a touchdown. Bukas scores a touchdown for the Green Bay Axemen. And Green Bay are going to take a 7-0 lead here to start the game. Anyways, as I was saying about the Denver Mountaineers versus the New York Barons, we have the Montreal Terrapins taking on the Nebraska Thunder. We got the Las Vegas Outlaws taking on the Philadelphia Express in probably what might be a one-sided game, though. And then finally, the Washington Senators taking on the brandly new formed Edmonton Ravens. So there is something to look forward to over the next course of 2 days. And after all these games are said and done, we'll start talking about the second week of the preseason. There are two. Here's a deep pass to Indianapolis, and it's incomplete. Because there are 2 preseason weeks, not one. I haven't decided what the second week's schedule is going to be for the preseason yet, if I'm going to or not. But we're going to figure something else. Or we're going to figure something out here. Now here's a long run by Indianapolis. He's in for the touchdown, and they're going to score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. What a long run. Wade is injured for the Gladiators, and that's going to be 7 points for Indianapolis. And it is a tie game. And the punt's going to be away. Here's a pass that's incomplete. Here's Reed. He's going to screen it, and it's incomplete. Here's Reed with the pass to Morgan. It's a first down.
Here's Reed. Deep pass. Ooh, this is a really deep one. It's incomplete. It was dropped. Here's Reed. Here's a lob pass. Swatted away by the defense. It's 4th down as the Gladiators got the stop by Carson. Yeah, that's a long field goal. What is up with field goals today? Everyone who's on a field goal is actually good at making field goals today. You got Carolina, you got Baltimore, you got Toronto, and now you got Green Bay. And I think there was someone else who was good at making kicks like that as well, and I think that was Atlanta. It's insane. That's like 5 teams that can actually make a good field goal beyond 55. And Baltimore especially can make a 63. There's a sack here. All right, here's a punt. Here's a kickoff on a punt. It was a 4th and 11, and Hoffman's going to take it here. All right, here's 1st and 10 for Green Bay. Hoffman's going to run and get the 1st down. And here is Green Bay. By the way, about the 2nd week of the preseason, if you were at home in week 1 of the preseason, you will be away in the 2nd week. That means all teams who were away this week will be home in the 2nd week of the preseason. That is incomplete. Defended by Cook.
There's a first down for Green Bay. All right, it is 2nd and 5. Here's Green Bay. Green Bay is starting to dominate here. Here's Green Bay. He makes the pass to Owens, and it's going to be a 4-yard gain. All right, it is it's very difficult to make week 2 schedule be official because there are some scheduling issues with this format. Here's a 2nd and 8. It is 1st and 10 from a really bad spot. But Hoffman gets the first down. It's 17-0 right now. Here's a catch by Owens. First down, Green Bay. That's an interception by Indianapolis. What a play by Warp. So, Green Bay is doing very well as a team against a superstar team. Incomplete. Defended by Arnold. And another interception by Carlson, and what a play. That's halftime. It is currently 7-17. All right, here is Murray gets the first down for the Gladiators. There's a penalty. It's going to be against Green Bay. That's going to be a 2-yard gain. Here's Green. Here's Reed. He's going to throw it.
Okay, so this is actually really difficult. I'm trying to think on how week 2 is going to work because there's really not much I can do. I'm trying to think of who everyone's opponent would be. Touchdown, Green Bay. So it looks like yeah, that's accurate. So if Calgary is in the AFC South, then that means they should be playing against a NFC West team. Okay, so who's in the NFC West? This is me thinking out loud because I'm trying to make this work. Okay, so they're supposed to play LA. Okay. Okay, so I guess it will be the Calgary Orioles versus the Los Angeles Tide versus the Calgary Orioles in week 2 of the preseason. Confusion. This is why what I do is hard. I was sitting here thinking all day that we were going to be playing Vancouver, but it turns out I don't even know who we're playing. I think, but it's definitely not. It might be it might be Philadelphia. I don't know. I'm still calculating week 2 as we record this. It is fourth quarter. It's a close game, even though it's a 2-possession lead, but I don't think Indianapolis is out of this game.
Tonight.
Here's Murray. It's 5 yards.
Hike.
Is that 4 games? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yes, it is.
Hike. Tonight.
Yeah, we're playing the AFC East, or we're playing against a NFC East team in the second week of the preseason, or at least my team is. It's probably going to be on a Thursday.
Go.
That is a first down for Green Bay. It is 21-24. It is such a close game that you don't want to miss this game. I really need to consider changing this setting where the console automatically turns off in 5 minutes.
Sit up. Hike. Go.
Find the remaining Western teams. Oh, incomplete. All right, I just determined who Indianapolis's second preseason game is going to be against. It's going to be against San Francisco. So Indianapolis is going to have another exciting game next week. And as for
Hike.
and it looks like I've now just confirmed it. Baltimore will be playing against Philadelphia next week in the preseason. If we don't beat these guys, I'm going to cry because this team is one of the worst teams. Now, I'm not trying to purposely make it to where the my team has a higher chance of winning. This is just the best way to do the schedule for this season. For at least this preseason.
Go. Hike. Go.
Here's a pass caught by Cooper for the first down. This is actually a close game. It's 21-24. Both of these teams have a chance of winning this game. These are the games I like to see in the playoffs. However, this isn't the playoffs. This is the preseason. It's still too early to know who's going to win and who's not. I mean, I know Baltimore's probably not making the playoffs considering their performance is rubbish. Usually only first tier, second tier, and some third tier teams make the playoffs per season, and now it is possible for all 5 teams in a single division to make the playoffs, but it's not likely. Because again, there's 10 playoff spots. One of them is guaranteed to happen from every division because division leaders make the playoffs automatically. Then there's going to be 6 more wildcard spots, so You could spend 4 of them in one division, 2 in any of the other divisions. You can have there's also a chance only one team from your division makes the playoffs as well. I would like to see a season where all 5 teams from one division makes the playoffs. That would make a very interesting playoff.
Tonight.
I don't think that's going to happen with the AFC North though, because Baltimore is just too bad to do that. I think the rest of them can do it though, especially Toronto. I've seen Toronto play. Indianapolis is in field goal range. They could tie this game up. Here's a catch by Jenkins. How much time is left? 1:20? It's a close game. I've never seen a game this close in a while. 3 points. And this game could be an overtime, guys. We haven't had an overtime game last night. I'm thankful for that because I don't like having it extended. It's already 1 a.m. We're supposed to be in the 4th game right now.
Sit hut.
Almost done with the week 2 schedule.
Tonight.
And PAT is good. Indianapolis does get that touchdown that they do need to take the lead, and the Green Bay Axemen might lose this game, guys. I would like to see Michael lose to the Gladiators. That'd be hilarious to me. Uh-oh. Oh, no. That might not happen. Look at this, guys. Kick-off return to take the lead. Holy crap. Sweet, merciful crap. I talk crap, and this is what I deserve. This is what I deserve. The Axemen score. And just like that, it's now back to Axemen territory. What happened to the Gladiators on that play? It doesn't matter. Both these teams have played excellent today.
Sit hut.
All right, here's a pass by Indianapolis. They're going to have to find something They have 3 timeouts. They can use their timeouts. As long as they catch the ball, it would be helpful.
Hike.
Defended by Frank. There's a penalty against the offense. The Axemen will make it a
Select.
so I've also decided who Green Bay is going to be playing next week. They're going up against Miami. So we got another great showdown coming next week for preseason football. Cooper makes the catch. And that's the game. Green Bay will win it. And it's time for me to start the fourth and final game of the day, and that's going to be the Chicago Lakehawks, which is Devin's second favorite team, versus the Orlando Rockets, who I don't even know who supports this club. I remember beating the Orlando Rockets in the Access Bowl. That was a weird time. I didn't think we would ever win it, but we did. All right, let's go check the weather. We always will check the weather before we start a game. This one is in Orlando at what's called the launch pad. Oh, why am I in South America? I don't know. Home of Universal Studios is Orlando, Florida. It is such a beautiful place to be, but it's a horrible place to live. It's so hot and humid. I would not want to live there. Well, it's not humid. It's just hot all the time. And if it's not hot, it's rainy. All right, so let me make sure there's no rainfall coming. There's no rainfall, so it's going to be a cloudy game. And the wind speeds are low, so I'm going to turn it off of wind. And let's begin our final game of the night. Chicago, Orlando. May the best team win. Why is there someone at the front door? It's 1:16 a.m. I'm sitting here trying to make the second week of the preseason at the same time. Alright, so looks like the Chicago Lakehawks have won the toss and they will get the ball first. This stadium's called the Launch Pad, ironically. Let's see if Chicago has what it takes to win a game. I mean, Chicago's classified as a Tier 2 team now, or they're classified as a Level 4 franchise right now. They used to be really bad.
Hike.
There's a short gain, 2 yards.
Sit hut.
All right, I just decided who Chicago's going to be playing against in week 2. It's going to be Buffalo. Or at least week 2 of the preseason. Week 2 of the regular season's already been determined long before that.
Hike.
But I mean, all I know is that next week they might be playing I think Chicago's playing a in-conference opponent.
Sit hike.
Right? I don't know. Either that or a division rival. It's most likely against an in-conference team that's at the same level as them. They're level 4 this season, so they're going to be playing another level 4's team. There's a kickoff, and the kick is good. Chicago takes a short lead, 3-0, and Crawford is returning from his injuries. All right, the full week 2 schedule is out. Now, this is probably going to be the only season we do a preseason in. The preseason is just to get a feel of the new teams, to see how well they will perform, and so that we can have some form of expectation of these franchises before we start the first season of Access Football 2026. And so far, Baltimore's given us bad impressions. Indianapolis and Green Bay have given us both given good intentions. I think both of them will be making the playoffs this season. And the Gladiators have been really bad forever, so it's something very special. It's special that the Gladiators actually do get a chance to make the playoffs. Here's Orlando. They get the first down. Here's Orlando to Stone. And it's a first down for the Orlando Rockets. First down is made by Bush. Bush, who's the quarterback of the Orlando Rockets. Here's a throw to Stone again. He's going to get 9 yards on this play. Here's Bush. Throws a pass incomplete and was defended by Webb. Not sure why he fell on the ground there, but Orlando's already switching running backs. It's only quarter number 1. Here's Bush.
Tonight.
2nd and 8. Here's Bush. Swatted away by the Chicago defense. Did I post the final score for the Green Bay game? No, I didn't. I gotta figure out what the score was. I think it was 21-24. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Sit hut. Tonight. Tonight.
Okay. I think it is now, it's 4th down now, and looks like the Lakehawks are going to have to punt. Here's Perez.
Sit hut. Go.
I think that's 3 yards, 3rd and inches. Here's a pass, incomplete.
Hut, hut.
And here's the punt. It's a touchback. I'm the only person streaming Access Football, probably because I'm the only one. That's because this game ain't that popular, so.
Hike.
There's only 2 people that have active leagues in this game. And that is me and some guy who's actually, well, that's actually French. I might be the only one who has a live streamed league on YouTube in Access Football right now. XAFL is on a standstill right now. That's my friend's league. I don't know about the rest of the leagues. They do get stream time though, but none of them.
Go.
Yeah, the XAFL's been in a standstill for over a year now. I'm not sure what happened to that league, but this league is back, and the UAFL is back for good, hopefully. This season, we got 40 teams, which is the most I've ever worked with, but I believe I can do it.
Hike.
Here's Potter.
Hike.
Here's a pass. Caught. Touchdown, Chicago. It is, and Chicago will take the lead.
Said hike.
Okay, I'm going to look at the Access Bowl history. I'm only going to go up to a certain point because the XAFL later transitioned into a custom player league.
Hike.
Yeah, that's not the quarterback. Yeah, I'm only going to show up to Access Bowl 6 because that was the last season that the XAFL used original rosters of teams. And
Hike.
Starting off the history with the Seattle Bruins winning season 1. Pittsburgh Ironhawks won the second season. My Baltimore Paladins, they were known as the Baltimore Braves back then, won the third season. Then somehow the Atlanta Razorbacks won the fourth season against an even bigger surprise being the Cincinnati Royals being even. Not the fact that I'm surprised that they would have lost or won, but the fact that the Cincinnati even got there is crazy. A penalty that prevents an interception is crazy. And then of course you got the one time where was it Arizona that won that? Oh yeah. I guess Arizona won a championship as well. These old logos are so old that they are outdated at this point. These new logos are much better designed than the ones we had in the past. Like if you get Access Football 17, you can see most of the old logos that you can download them in the App Store. I'm going to take a look at the Access Football Discord real quick. See if there's any news on this game. Okay, mobile support. There's some new messages. All right, so breaking news. Danny Jugan is now actively working on the mobile port. I will have to let Devin know about that because he's looking to bring the XAFL back. And should I ping him? Should I ping him in that? He's probably asleep. I might just send him a DM. Yeah, I'm gonna go screenshot this and send it to Dev. XAFL might be coming back in less than in maybe about up to 3 to 4 weeks from now, because of course Devin's got to import the rosters from the previous game. That means he's going to lose all his progress and probably forget the rosters. Hopefully that doesn't happen. If it does, he'll probably just go back to doing it how I'm kind of doing it right now. Now there is going to be some pay-to-use features, which I would pay for it because this game's a good studio. I mean, I don't expect it to be expensive though, because this game itself on console is only $20. Compare that to Madden, and it was like 60. It might be going up to 70 because of inflation. Rogers makes the catch. It's a first down. I knew they were working on a mobile port, but I didn't think they were doing it now. They usually release mobile versions of games in December. So this is a lot quicker than I expected. Maybe the XAFL can get back and running again. And the UAFL's coming back too, so this might be the rebirth of Access Football Sports.
Go!
So it's 1:40 in the morning. Technically, we should be in the second half of the game right now. Well, beyond that right now. It should almost be the fourth quarter, but of course you had the delay in the Baltimore game that caused it. Of course, it's my game that has the delays. Couldn't be anyone else. Couldn't be anyone else. Because it's not fair. It's literally not fair. Here's Bush. The Fuller man has caught the ball. It's first down. Chicago is destroying Orlando right now, but Orlando has a chance to make it close. I don't know how this is. I remember Chicago being a bad team. Now they're actually good. I like it. I like this change. And Orlando's always been mid. And they looks like they're still mid. When the Rockets lost the Access Bowl to Baltimore, everyone was joking about how the Orlando management would just not want to exist. Like, they would just want to leave the team or quit. That was like a funny montage. And they couldn't even get the kickoff. Fool. They didn't even get the field goal off. What a bunch of idiots. So it's still going to be 17-7, I guess. It's apparently 3rd and 10. How is that possible? It's a kickoff. They better not say 4th down. Okay, good. I was about to say, if it was going to be 4th down, I was about to crash out because the game broken, and I don't need that. There's a flag against Edwin Mack. I can't believe he's saying that it should be done in a week.
Tonight.
And yeah, this John guy in XAFL didn't believe me when I said that there was a mobile version. Well, he said there was a mobile version, and now it's confirmed it's coming in a week, apparently, which is a little soon. I hope it's not broken, and I hope it's not like Access 19, because Access Football 19, for those of you who played that on mobile, there would always be a random crashing glitch that would prevent me from actually playing the game or recording games or whatever it was. I don't know what it was. It was really annoying.
I think the commentary was the thing that crashed it, though, because it wasn't. Well, I don't think it was. It was probably something else, something unexpected. Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with it. It would just randomly crash. Well, Access 19 is no longer available on mobile, as it's been replaced by Access 23. And now Access 23, which has been a game for, I think, they haven't had a change for 3 years. So the mobile players haven't had a new game for over 3 years. So this is going to be a huge change for the Access football community, as for once in a while, everyone's going to be on the same version. I mean, obviously, Xbox and PC are going to be getting or console and PC get a new version every year or every 2 years. One of the two happens. Hopefully, it's going to be 2 years this time, because I would like to host 8 seasons with this game before we move on to Access 27 or 28. But if it's so be it, then so be it. I think I have Access 24 on this game on here as well. I bought that one 2 years ago. It was a good game as well. But the problem was there was one specific team that would win every single week, and it made the league boring, and that was Denver. The frickin' Mountaineers were unstoppable in that game. Not this time. There is no such thing as a best team anymore, and I'm glad to see that.
Tonight.
Oh, that's incomplete. Yeah. So yeah, I did decide that I was going to ping Dev. So I did ping him on the fact that this is coming out in a week. So the XAFL is about to be in busy mode right now. My regular season's starting in November, so I hope we're all ready for Access 26, because it's going to be big. Especially for mobile players, because now I don't know if the custom teams thing is going to be behind a paywall, because I know a lot of people are free users.
Tonight.
All right, that's a first down.
Tonight.
It's now 24-14. You know, I feel like I should send the final score of this game to Dev, because I think he'll be happy to find out that Chicago doesn't suck anymore. It's been too long since Chicago was actually a good team. And Gladiators are actually a good team as well.
Tonight.
I mean, the last game that the XAFL did was in July of this year, so it's been like it's been a few months. UAFLs haven't been active for over 2 years though, and it's back. It's back, and we're ready to rumble again.
Tonight. Hike.
Bling! Here's the ball. Ooh, incomplete. Could have been picked off by Chicago. Yeah. The last time we've had a Access Bowl though was in 2024. And that was over a year ago. Cuz it happened in September. It's October now. And the Carolina Spartans won the XAFL championship there. They were formerly known as the Carolina, there's a fumble there. They used to be known as the Carolina Rattlers in that league, but of course it was a custom teams league. Well, now we have a league of 40. Probably the biggest access football league in all leagues. We might have more franchises than the we might have more franchises than the than all of the access football leagues. Because 40 is a lot to work with, but if we can manage it and pull it off, it would be awesome. It's a loss of 2 here. It's the fourth quarter though, so this game is almost over. In about maybe 8 minutes or so. This game might end at exactly 2 a.m. Which is good, because that's technically when this entire day is supposed to end. Field goal is good for Orlando, and it is 24-17. It's a close game. Both of these teams have improved from
last year, or I guess 2 years ago, because there was a drought because they decided they wanted to work more on the game. Rodgers is going to run it for Chicago. Oh, they're not going to get him. It's going to be a touchdown kickoff return. Chicago scores a touchdown off of a kickoff return. That might be a staple.
Sit up. Sit up.
All right, Chicago is... Oh, here's a good run by the Rockets. That's 29 yards.
Hike.
Let me see if I send anything about the UAFL in this. I'm sitting here laughing at the fact that oh, I forgot about that game. I forgot the Kansas City Wranglers won Access Cup 2. So I guess we'll consider this UAFL Season 3. Even though technically we were in the playoffs of UAFL Season 3, but Access 19 died, so that wasn't possible. There's actually a video on this on my YouTube channel. I actually cannot believe I used the same decal as the Access Bowl 2 as well. Touchdown, Orlando. It's made by Houston. How ironic. PAT is good.
Tonight.
Here's Potter. He's going to get a first down for Chicago. Here's Griffin. He's going to throw it deep. Here's Griffin. And here's Crawford. Two-minute warning here in almost at Chicago. Here in Orlando, Florida. One of the only two teams in Florida. There's a timeout called by Orlando. Rockets on the verge of scoring another touchdown. Another one will put it in, and another touchdown should tie the game. This game could go into overtime. It's 2 a.m. now, so we should be at the end of this Access Football day. And it is now 2nd and 12. Oh, it looks like Access Cup 2 was almost 2 years ago. That was the last time we had a champion. It looks like Chicago turned it over. And the Chicago Lakehawks will win against the Orlando Rockets. Now Orlando was in the championship game in the last time we had a full season. They were 9-6 and somehow made it to the Access Cup final. But back then there was only there was 20 teams in the league, but there was 16 in one tier and there was 4 in a second tier, as there was relegation and promotion back then. Now we have all 36 teams plus 4 more, which came from the I just realized that this is the only game that had the away team become victorious tonight. Final score: Chicago Lakehawks 31, Orlando Rockets 24. I just want to say good game. That is going to do it here that's going to do it for Access Football for tonight. Out of all those games, we've had 2 of them go into overtime. Both of them resulted in an overtime touchdown. One by the Sharks and one by I think, a field goal by the Grizzlies. Well, folks, that's going to be it for tonight when it comes to Access Football. As next week, Chicago will be taking on the Buffalo Grizzlies at home. As for the Orlando Rockets, they will be playing the Buffalo Grizzlies on the road for their final week of the preseason. And coming up tomorrow on Friday Night Football, we got the Houston Bombers versus the Detroit Firebirds, the Minnesota Pride versus the Tennessee Bloodhounds, the Calgary Orioles versus the Winnipeg Devil Cats, and the Dallas Stampede versus the Kansas City Wranglers. I want to say good luck to all 8 of the teams featured for tomorrow. It will be day 4 of the first week of the preseason. There would only be one more after that. So thank you guys for watching the 3rd day of this week's edition of the Ultimate Access Football League preseason. And we will see you guys tomorrow. But for those of you who are looking for regular video game content, coming tomorrow we have Rocket League. I honestly can't wait to stream that.